tremble.
Right.
Okay.
Going to the elites and all that.
Going to the elites like the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. Okay. And it says the strong men shall bow themselves. All right. Meaning they gonna what? They gonna grow feeble. Because that's what happens. Like when you bow yourself, a person bows themselves in submission. A person bows himself when they getting old.
Right.
In fact, you had one of the Rockefellers that died not too long ago. What was that, David Rockefeller? He's like 103 years old, something like that. He had like 5 heart transplants.
Yeah.
So when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and they're trembling right now because they know this is the sign of the ending of the kingdom.
Yeah.
See, this goes to show you how foolish these devils are. They're the ones that's causing this to happen because they went to bring in a new world order. But see, what you gotta remember is them top so-called elites, they're really so-called Jews. And you better believe they know about the prophecies in the scripture. They know that they aren't the real Jews. They know that according to the Bible they're Esau. And they know that we're the real Jews according to the Bible. We're the real Israelites. They know that that's the truth. So they're bringing forth these pandemics. They're bringing forth these stock market collapse, crashes and things of that nature, in an attempt to administer the chip, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, radio frequency identification, so that they can basically have power over the whole world. That way they could basically enslave everyone. Because you gotta remember is when that RFID chip finally gets administered, what's gonna happen is when it finally gets administered, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have people out there that's gonna get the RFID chip. But see, the scriptures tell you when you get the RFID chip, you won't be able to buy or sell without it. And as you can clearly see, what are they doing? They want people to practice social distancing. In other words, they don't want people to interact with one another publicly. I'm sorry, they want people to interact with one another because that's what it means to be social, to interact with another individual. Like lions are social animals because lions live in prides. Tigers are solitary animals because tigers live alone. So they want human beings to practice social distancing meaning they want human beings to limit interactions with one another. And these type of things, what is that causing? When people walk around, people got gloves on because they don't want to touch each other. We was out getting something to eat earlier, and I don't know if you saw it. I forgot to point it out to you. One guy came into the store. He had his sleeve. He used his sleeve to open up the door.
Yeah.
So eventually, now you have people that don't want to keep in contact with one another because they see it on television. And what's the next step? People not gonna want to use cash because they don't want to touch things other people touch. So guess what that's gonna go into? Digital. Using your card, and eventually what? Using the microchip. Okay. So these damn devils, these elites, they're doing all of these things. They're the keepers of the house, but they're gonna be trembling because these are the signs of the end of the kingdom. Go on.
It says, and the grinders cease because they are few.
And the grinders cease because they are few. To grind is a term that's relating to work, metaphorically, because in the ancient world people would grind meal. They would grind wheat. They would have the runner stone and another stone right under it, and they would turn that runner stone, the stone that was on top, they would turn it. What it would do is it would grind the wheat, grind it into a flour, grind it into fine dust, to a fine flour. That's what it is they would do. All right. So that was what people work. So when it says grinders cease because they are few, because the work ceases because they are few. That's what it's really saying. So why would it say work cease because they are few? You got businesses shutting down, gyms shut down, restaurants shutting down, movie theaters shutting down, libraries shutting down, museums are shutting down, schools are shut down to further notice. So guess what? Some people out there, they can't go to work. If you work in a museum, how you gonna go to work? You work in a gym, how you gonna go to work? You work in a library, you work in a school, how you gonna work? If you can't work from home, how you gonna work? Right?
Right. That's
so
what you saw. They pushed that. They pushed some policy talking about if you out of work due to the coronavirus, you can always apply for unemployment.
Yeah.
So they want to seem that, or they want to make it seem like they're helping the people. You know, like they bring. But meanwhile, they doing this shit to you, man. Or don't worry, you could always get unemployment. They doing this shit, man.
Yeah, they're the ones that's doing it.
That's why the scriptures talk about smooth words, man.
That's right.
And that's smooth words.
His words are
It's
smooth as
smooth
butter,
and-
but
yeah, smooth
wolves in
and-
his heart.
Yeah, to watch.
That's right.
But
You're still in verse 3, right?
yeah, come.
Go ahead.
This is continue verse 3. And the grinders cease because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Yeah, and the grinders cease because they are few. So the grind is gonna cease because there's few. The work is gonna cease because there's less people out there to work. Everything's being shut down. And it said what? The windows what?
And it says, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
And those that look out the windows will be darkened. Meaning what? Those that look out the windows for a future.
Yeah.
Their future's gonna be darkened. Their future's gonna be bleak. Okay? So you're looking for a future in this society, but guess what? There is no future. The future is destruction, death.
Yeah, trying to be the next billionaire.
Trying to be the next billionaire. Black excellence and all this other stuff they going on about.
Yeah.
So you're looking out for, that's what people do. Like if somebody says you got a bright future, you know, your future is bright. But it says what? Those look out the windows are gonna be darkened. So it's not gonna be anything bright, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be anything bright. It's gonna be dark. Those that look out the windows be darkened. So their future is going to be dark, not bright. Because the only thing that's left is death and destruction for the society. And this is what we've been waiting for. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets.
Right, the doors are going to be shut in the street. Businesses are going to be shut in the streets. We've been saying this. Our apostles been saying this. Our elders been saying this. The doors going to be shut in the street. And guess what? The doors being shut in the street. Certain places look like a ghost town. Certain places that used to have a lot of traffic, it's like a ghost town now. Right?
Yeah.
It's like a ghost town.
Yeah. I'll say this.
Right up.
Around this time, a lot of money supposed to be made, you know, because...
Oh, forgot about the NBA. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah.
You forgot about that?
Yeah, the NBA and the arenas. So people in security, they had security there. People that the vendors, you know. Entertainers that make money that day, they can't make the money that day, man. The towel boy. So ain't no work. And then today's also St. Patrick's Day, you know. And guess what? Around this time, everybody be pissy drunk. The bars be packed, the restaurants be packed, party everywhere. But guess what, man? It ain't no money being made. Everybody's home and everybody's sober, you know.
That's right.
I'm gonna continue.
Go to that?
Yeah. It says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low.
Rise up at the voice of the bird. What happens? The bird crows, and you wake up in the morning. But guess what? People are going to do that, and what's going to be? There'll be no work.
No work, no.
And the daughters of music shall be brought low, which is what? Music. Oh yeah, not to mention the St. Patrick's Day parade was canceled anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time since like 18. I'm trying to see something. I forget the exact year, but it was the first time. I'm trying to see. I'm just gonna find the exact year. The last time it was canceled. Because I was looking at it up. Look, yep. New York St. Patrick's Day postponed first time in 250 years, man. That's a quarter of a millennium. The first New York City St. Patrick's Day parade took place in 1762. So this is the first time in 1762. Now, for the first time in the parade's 258-year history, the procession has been postponed due to concerns about the coronavirus. This is from NJ.com. The article is titled, New York St. Patrick's Day Parade postponed for first time in 250 years due to coronavirus. So this is 258 years. The last time this happened. Since it came about in 1762. The first time it's ever been canceled. That's over a quarter of a million years. A quarter of a 1,000 years. Check that out.
That speaks a lot too, man. That's that mirth going away.
Yeah. And the doors of music will be brought low. But you know the music in the society is garbage anyway. Yeah. But you look at that word mirth on the dictionary, type it on Google. It means amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. So the daughters of music is gonna be brought low. All that merriness, all that amusement gonna be brought low. So guess what? The NBA shut down. NFL shut down. MLB, I think what's it called? The MLB supposed to wait till I think May, so-called wait till May to start up the next season, start their season. Hopefully it never start up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's gonna it's gonna throw them off. They're gonna have to, figure this shit out, man. Because if this thing subsides, man.
Hopefully it don't.
You know? Yeah, hopefully you don't, man.
More to that?
I believe that was
but the point on that.
That was the
You got
point.
second Esdras?
Second Esdras.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, I can get that real quick.
Okay. Second Esdras 15 and 7. We can get into that too.
Oh yeah.
As the brother's getting that, I'm gonna read this. This is from the RockRiverTimes.com. Coronavirus. San Francisco area on 24-hour lockdown beginning Tuesday. And we did this video